Hi everyone, I'm Camila Sanches and today I'm here with Elzanne. She's going to be talking about some very interesting and important topics that I'm also very interested. Hi Elzanne.
Hi.
Could you please talk a little bit more about your background and what you do?
Yeah. So I am a South African trained physio. I came to New Zealand about 2 years ago, and I must say I'm really interested in a few topics that's not really something that you would see your general physio doing. So I'm really interested in breathing therapy, so breathing retraining, helping people with stress and anxiety, especially in today's busy lifestyle. People either forget to breathe or they overbreathe, people really don't know always that they need help with that. And then also pediatric physiotherapy, so helping kids, that's definitely a big passion of mine. So a little bit outside of the ordinary of normal physiotherapy. Yeah.
Oh wow, so I'm curious about something. So you're a breathing physiotherapist. Can I call you that?
Yeah.
Breathing therapist. Physiotherapist. Sorry. If I have a problem or an injury, so I can come here. And how do you start working with me using the breathing techniques?
Yeah. So it can be something as simple as coming in here with a neck injury or a shoulder injury, but then digging a bit deeper and getting to know you as a person. We always find that breathing is definitely always involved in it. So it might be that you are using the wrong muscles to breathe.
Okay.
And that might sound weird, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're breathing since birth, so how can you do it wrong, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you start to dig a bit deeper, you really find that you can struggle with breathing, and that can actually relate to your injury. And if we work on your breathing, we can actually help resolve your injury.
I do sometimes. Sometimes I go to my physio, and I have, sometimes I have a neck pain, and I feel that comes from here. So that can be a connection with my breathing as well.
Yeah, so what happens is if you are stressed or if you have pain somewhere, it can actually be that you're using your accessory muscles to breathe, which is muscles that connects into your neck and into your shoulder. So I actually see it quite often. People with neck injuries, headaches and shoulder injuries are using their accessory muscles to breathe. So the muscles in here are overworking, and if you overwork something, it's going to be sore or fatigued.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Now I know that makes so much sense, and I think everybody should know about it. So you also work with kids. I'm a mother, and I'm really interested about it because I know that your breathing is connected to your nervous system. How is connected? How could affect my health or my son's health?
Yes. So breathing is definitely connected to your nervous system. Like we were just talking about that busy lifestyle, and as a mom and working and studying, and trying to fit in exercise and being healthy and everything, it's quite a busy lifestyle. So basically what happens is your sympathetic nervous system is in overdrive. So that is your fight or flight nervous system. So that's actually the part of your nervous system that only should fire in difficult situations. Like, for example, if you need to get away from a specific from a dangerous situation or something like that. But instead, with that busy lifestyle, your sympathetic nervous system is a bit more heightened. So we need to get that to calm down. And we need to actually get your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and restore nervous system, to be heightened a bit more. And studies actually find that when your parasympathetic nervous system is heightened and working better, that actually helps with your healing. So we read that, and by getting that parasympathetic nervous system to start firing or start to work, you can do that with your breathing. So by practicing daily breathing retraining, you can increase the work of your parasympathetic nervous system.
Amazing. And you also work with kids.
Yes.
So how does it going? How do you teach them or the breathing techniques?
So with kids it's a bit harder because they obviously, you can't tell them, look, you have to do this exercise 5 minutes a day. It doesn't work like that with kids. No. So I think it's definitely also important for kids to be active. Get away from technology would be the main thing. So try and incorporate their breathing and their rehab. Let's say, for example, your son got injured or something like that. Try and incorporate it into play. So for a kid, it's really important to make it fun. It shouldn't feel like a chore. It shouldn't feel like, oh, my physio told me I need to do 5 minutes of exercise a day, so I'm doing it. Because then they're not just going to end up not doing it. They need
But you mean the exercise, like the breathing exercise, or just physical?
Yeah, or they're, let's say for example, they injured their ankle. Like you need, with kids specifically, it's really important to make it fun. They need to be engaged into a fun activity to be able to do it. Breathing with kids is a bit harder, but as they get older, it's easier for them to get into that rest and restore and working on their breathing and things like that. But you can't really tell a 5-year-old, hey, you need to do breathing retraining.
I know, and technology is a big thing now for kids because I know, like my own personal experience, I find it hard. My son loves sport. He loves jiu-jitsu. He loves scooter, skate, and surfing. But when he's at home and, for example, I'm studying or I'm doing some work, he goes straight to the technology. And I need to do my things as well, and then he goes to technology. Do you think that could be, I try to balance that, but do you think that could affect a negative effect on his breathing or his health?
Definitely on his development. So if studies also found that if your kid is spending hours on technology, they don't get to develop certain skills. Like for example, let's say they spend 5 hours, watching TV or playing games on their phone or whatever, they stop doing other things that they need to develop. Like for example, climbing a tree, playing outside, developing their coordination skills, their fear, not being fearful. Like for example, kids need to be able to climb a tree or things like that to work on their balance, work on their coordination, work on being able to do something fearless. But if they're going to spend 5 hours in front of a computer screen or in front of a TV, they're going to lose it. It's one of those things, if you don't use it, you lose it. So
and it's also our responsibility to I guess to organize our hours as well and make them do something different outside of technology. It is a bit.
It's hard, especially for a working mom. You need to get to do your things as well. But I think
it's all about balance, maybe.
But also making small changes. Like let's say, for example, while you're busy with your studies or whatever, instead of your child watching TV for 2 hours while you're studying, let them do some coloring in or some painting or whatever for an hour or like half an hour while you're busy with your studies, and then another hour using technology, or like playing with Legos and things like that, just developing their fine motor skills and everything. We're also seeing, because of technology, we're seeing an increase in obesity rates with our kids because they're more sedentary, they're not moving. and they're not using, their bodies.
And the funny thing is, my opinion, that the parents give them a phone or an iPad, and then they complain that they're too much on it. That's really funny. So I don't think it's kids' fault. I think we do have to have like some consistency and discipline with the kids. I know it's hard. I know, but
But like you said, it's all about balance, and I think also for a parent, it's really important not to beat yourself up. I mean, lots of parents are putting a lot of increased pressure on them, and that again increases their stress, and that again, affects their breathing. So parents also need to be really cautious of not increasing the stress that they're putting on themselves, trying to be a perfect mom and a perfect wife, and or a perfect husband. Because that increases their stress as well, which is also not good for you.
Yeah, we don't breathe it right.
So it's just this vicious cycle.
It's all that connection, huh?
Yeah, everything's connected. Yeah,
it's amazing. So I know that you also do rehab, children's rehab. Can you explain a little bit?
Yeah. So I'm really interested in anything to do with children, to be honest. But I've been doing quite a bit of rehabilitation for kids. So with any type of injury, so with sports or playing or whatever, if they injure themselves, then I'll definitely be able to help. I've had some really good success stories with some kids, and also I've had a few kids with like having pain in their hips or something like that when they're growing, so helping with going through their growth spurts and making sure that they have good muscle balance and things like that. And then also a bit away from the rehab part of it, working with kids with certain conditions like cerebral palsy, even kids with cystic fibrosis, so kids with having problem with their lungs, or any other types of conditions that physio can help with. But I think one thing that's really important to understand is that physios don't only do physical rehab, but there's other things involved in it as well that helps with the recovery of your child.
Would you recommend anything to do, for example, once again,
personal experience
as a mother, I would love to know if I can do some exercise like a breathing technique or anything that can help my son and any other children to have a better nervous system, a healthy nervous system or something like this.
So I will ask a few questions first. So first of all, is your son a good sleeper?
Amazing.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Does he fall asleep quickly?
Very quickly.
Fantastic.
And have like a deep sleep.
Good.
For me, it's really important to have that deep sleep.
Good. Yeah. Okay, and then also I would want to know when they wake up. Are they refreshed? Is he happy?
He's very happy.
Okay, so waking up, he's refreshed. He doesn't seem tired or sleepy.
Sometimes he just doesn't want to go to school.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 10.
10. Okay. Yeah. So I think the most important thing with breathing retraining for kids and for yourself is to find a time to do it where you're nice and relaxed. There's no way that you'll be able to do it when you're stressed and anxious or anything. So this is probably the best exercise that a physio will be able to give you. Is I suggest doing breathing exercises 5 minutes before you go to bed. So it might be a good idea at night when he's ready for bed to just encourage him to focus on breathing from his tummy. So by doing that, he needs to, when he breathes in, he needs to expand his tummy, and when he relaxes, when he breathes out, he relaxes his tummy. So just focusing on using his diaphragm when he's breathing. So
how many times?
So I would suggest 5 minutes. So
5 minutes.
So I'm doing it for about 5 minutes. Maybe
Through your nose and
yeah.
exhale through your nose.
Yes, yeah. Inhale and exhale through your nose if you can. Just helps to humidify the air. So your nose is actually really, really important with breathing. So in through the nose, out through the nose. If you can comfortably do it, and you can do it yourself as well, 5 minutes before you go to bed. And that's the type of exercise that you can fall asleep while doing it, and it's absolutely fine. I'm happy with you falling asleep while you do it, because then you're going to have a good night's sleep because you're in a rested state. So so that's actually really good for sleeping as well, and to help you to fall asleep, especially for people who struggle to fall asleep. Yeah.
Amazing. Another question. What's the I know that you're working with kids, with parents. You see a lot of issues. What's the biggest issue you see in feminist lives?
Yeah. So I would definitely say some parents are trying to be a helicopter parent. Do you know what I mean? So a helicopter parent is basically the parent who wants to control the child too much. So really controlling.
Important.
Yeah, really important. So I know this might be hitting a nerve for some people, but if a child is overparented, like overprotected, overcontrolled and everything, that child's not going to be independent. And it's really important to give your child an opportunity to grow themselves and be independent as well. So that's definitely a big problem that I'm seeing. I know as a mom, it's your job to care for your child, and it's your job to be concerned if something's wrong. But there's that too much, that's the problem. So your child needs to learn to be independent in what they're doing, and the only way to do it is if you allow him to do a few things by himself. He might not be doing it perfectly in your eyes, but at least he's trying. So that's really important, and that's really a problem that I see with a lot of families is instead of allowing your child to try and do it themselves, the mom or dad would just do it for them. And then they're never going to learn, they're never going to grow, and that's really important.
Amazing to give that freedom as we want.
So it's like, for example, unpacking the dishwasher. If you ask your 10-year-old to unpack the dishwasher, and they might put one of the cups in the wrong spot in your cupboard, then instead of next time saying, no, you've done it wrong, I'll just do it myself, rather tell them, look, you've put this in the wrong place. This is the spot for it, so that's really important.
I think also celebrating every wins I like, because then we
Small
teach
victories.
and then we teach the kids to celebrate their own wins when they grow up. Because I see a lot like we become victim for ourselves, like, oh, I done this wrong, maybe we did it right. It's like, no, that was amazing, and then I'm gonna do better and better, just like celebrating. This is something that I do with Nicholas, with my son, when he does it, say amazing, beautiful.
That encouragement is really important.
That's what I was going to.
And that's gonna encourage them to next time do better. And the next time to do even better. And that's how they grow. So you need to be there as a parent, encouraging them, but not overprotecting them.
Just guiding,
Just
like, I'm here if you need. Maybe this is a better way, but do what you feel in your heart.
And you need to be that safe space for your child as well. Like, they should be able to, if anything's wrong in their life, be able to fall back and into to mommy, and mom be there or dad be there and be able to help them. So you need to really be that safe ground for them to be able to fall, and you'll be able to pick them up.
Amazing. So where we can find you?
So I work at Recharge Physio in Papamoa. So we are in the Redefined hub. So you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, or you can just give us a call.
Amazing. That's really important for everyone, I guess. Learning how to breathe and knowing that everything in our body is connected, our emotions, and especially on kids.
Yeah,
Especially for kids.
definitely. Yeah. Good.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank
you
you.
so much for your time.
Pleasure.
I appreciate. And I see you soon, maybe.
Yeah.